In this video we'll learn about navigation bars. Usually navigation bars are almost always made as an unordered list. Here I have an unordered list that has 4 items. It's a list for a sandwich. Bread, milk, cheese, mayo. And below I have 4 anchor tags or links: home, connect, media, and about. Let's look at how this looks in a browser. I'll click the browser. The unordered list has bullets. That's what UL means in an unordered list. And the items go vertically from top to bottom. Anchor tags, on the other hand, they have an underline on it. That's the text decoration, and they go horizontally. So any element that goes vertically is considered a block element, and any element that goes horizontally is called an inline element. And understanding the 2 cases for that helps us make our navigation bars work a little bit better. Now let me give you an example of how this is displayed. I'm going to change the background color for the 2 of these. I've set up one for green and one for gray. The width of an inline element is only as wide as the content is. So home, connect, media, and about all kind of they just take up as much room as needed. But list items, they take up as much room as is available. So if the browser shrinks, the list item shrinks, but if the browser gets larger, the list item gets larger. So we want to change a couple of things in this. What we wanted to do is we want to change the display of the list items from a block display that goes vertically to an inline display that goes horizontally. And we want to change the anchor tags so instead of going horizontally, they go vertically. Let's take a look at how we'll do that. And then we'll also want to get rid of the bullets, and we'll want to get rid of the underlines. So let's get started. I'll just swap these 2 and show you how that works. So with an unordered list or an anchor tag, with any element, you can change the display characteristics. So I'm going to type the word display here, display. And if I display the list items as inline items, they'll become horizontal items. If I display the anchor tags as block items, they'll become vertical items. Let's take a look at this and see what the difference is. Okay, so the list items, LIs, are now block items, and they go 1, 2, 3, 4, top to bottom. Anchor tags go left to right. Let me refresh this after I've saved it and see the difference. So now this is the list item that goes horizontal, and this is the menu item that goes vertical. That gets us a good start for our navigation list. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to double check to be sure that the bullets are gone from the unordered list, and that is real simple. And that would be list style type. List style type. And you just say none. That gets rid of the bullets. And it gets rid of the bullets even if there's no display inline here. Let me go back. So all I'm doing, this will go back to being a block element. Okay, so the bullets are gone now. Alright, so I'll go back. Okay, so that gets rid of our bullets, and our unordered list is horizontal. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to make the anchor tags, and I'd like to make them smaller, so I'm going to give them some width. Width, well, let's say, I don't know, 130 pixels. And you'll see that when I give the anchor tag a little bit of width, the anchor tag now has a space to it. They're all the same width. They don't just simply contain, they don't cover however long the page is. The next thing we'll do is we'll take off this underline right here. That's called text decoration. So we'll say text decoration, and we'll just say none. So now the text decoration will be gone from our menu bar. Text decoration none. There it is. Okay, good. And how about if I give each one a little bit of a margin? Oh, how about this? I'll do text align center next. And these are the things I'm doing right at this second are creative decisions you make. So if you don't want yours aligned in the center, have them to the left. So I'll just go text align center, and this will put my anchor tag in the center of the block elements. So these are now since this is an anchor tag, the width of the anchor tag, it turns into an anchor tag as soon as you enter the block. So that works pretty well. Here's the trick. The anchor tags are almost always included inside of the list items. Okay? So the word bread would be replaced by the anchor tag home. Now the navigation bar is never displayed like this with the list items on the top and the anchor tags by the bottom. The anchor tags are always inside of the list items. So I've changed my code now. So I have unordered list, the list items. I've replaced bread with the anchor tag home, and I've replaced milk with connect, and cheese becomes media, and mail becomes about me. I've saved that. Let's refresh and see what it looks like. Wait a minute. Okay, that's weird. So what happened is, although the anchor tags are vertical and the list items are horizontal, the vertical took over. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the next step. So what we have to do now is we have to do a thing called float. And what we do is we float the anchor tags so that they are floated next to each other. They actually end up becoming sideways. All right, let's go to the code and do that. So what we do is we float the anchor tags to the left. We just add this command, float left. And now we've got our list items displayed correctly, our anchor tags are displayed correctly, and there we go. That's our navigation bar. Now if we want, we can put a little bit of padding, a little bit of margin. Let's put some margin to the right of our anchor tags here. Margin right, how about 10? Let's try 10, huh? 10 pixels. Let's see if that works. There we go. That's how we do it. So now we have a navigation bar. As soon as I pull in, I got my things working. And you can see this is the beginning of the block element for each of the anchor tags. Okay. Now let's do one more thing. Let's make it so that the color changes when the anchor tag is highlighted. Okay, that's a new command. We don't know that one yet. I'll show you that real quick. That is :hover. And that means when the anchor tag when the mouse goes over that, we'll change the color to something else. I'll make the color white. I'll do white the other way. I'll do white this way. Wait a minute, I'll do white this way. 6 is white. And 6 F's is white, and 6 zeros is black. There we go. So now, there you go. And you can change any of the commands when the mouse goes over it. So that gets us a real nice looking navigation bar. So let me sum up what we did. We took the list item, we made it into an inline item. Then we turned off the bullet with list style type none. On the anchor tag, we changed its display from a horizontal to a vertical with block. We took the text decoration off. We aligned it center, which is optional for you. We put a float to the left so that they end up being displayed side by side. In this case, I added a little bit of margin. And then I added anchor :hover to give us the anchor tag. If you don't want the background colors on this, we can just simply get rid of the background colors, and it would be a navigation bar without background color, like this. Well, in that case, the white looks pretty bad, doesn't it? So that's how you do an anchor tag. Now, if your code, one more quick thing. So if your code is inside of a navigation bar or another division, then here on the style sheets, you would need a multiple selector. So you'd go nav space li and nav space anchor and nav space anchor hover. So this says if you see something called nav and there's a list item in it, do these. So this is a multiple selector. It means if you see the navigation and there's a list item inside, then do these things. And that's how to make a navigation bar.